Hey yo, y'all, peoples this is really grinning, where I'm always grinning, definitely don't worry. Alright, let's get a few things out of the way. First, haha, prequel meme title, much funny. Second of all, why is it gonna be called Big Talk? That's because I realized episode isn't really much of a title. I mean, from now on, I have a plan for these episodes, and a plan for those names. And I also have a few plans for little other series as well, so stay tuned for that. Alright, considering my last video was extremely brief and barely an introduction, I figured you should know a little bit about the person who runs this channel, me. Now you may be asking, who are you? What's your name? How old are you? Where do you live? And can I ship myself insert OC with you, senpai? The answer to all those questions is yes. Anyway, while I can't give away actual factuals about myself, no credit card information and the like, I can tell you a little bit about myself. Throughout my life, I've been one of those semi-popular kids. You know, I wasn't one of the jocks or cheerleaders or social elites, but I certainly was friendly enough to be known about. I won't regale you with my epic, heroic tales of elementary school, mainly because nothing happened then, but, we'll start off in middle school. That's when I started becoming a three-dimensional character. I was kind of a mix of your stereotypes, not really your class clown, not really your bookie, not really your gamer, but a mix of all that. But there was one more thing that kind of stuck out, and that was that I was a pretty good friend. Now, don't get me wrong, I've argued, I've bickered, I've made bad decisions, and I've gotten mad. But actually, people do seem to like me, so that's kind of crazy. I went to middle school for about 4 years, between the 5th and 8th grade, so around the ages of 9 to 13. I explained it to you. And though middle school can be as bad as it's made out to be, there are aspects of it that are fun. And having friends is, in my opinion, one of them. Making friends is extremely difficult, and I would know, seeing as I spent my first year of middle school drifting around, still in that early stage of building trust. But as the years went on, those friendships blossomed, and I moved from that semi-popular kid who could hang out with most people to making my own group of friends consisting of other semi-popular kids and the people who couldn't fit in with those social elites. Unfortunately, all good things do come to an end, and I moved on to high school, where I literally had to redo what I did in middle school as a freshman due to the fact that I went to an entirely different high school than all of my old friends. And you would think, it's going to be easier than the first time, seeing as, I had experience and all. But nope, my skills hadn't improved all that much. Speaking of skills, there's 2 ways to break down a person's skill set, and now's a good time to describe myself a little bit to you. First, we can look at it through the lens of schooling and what subjects a person's good at. I've been pretty good in all of them. Your core subjects like language, math, and history, and science. I did pretty well. I also did well in PE, but that's never anything to brag about. I did take music as an elective, specifically the guitar, and I seemed to do pretty well. I took French as my second language in middle school, and I was one of the few people to not only get 1 credit, but 2 before high school. It's gone out the window, of course, since I never used it practically, but I completed the class. And all things are great, and I maintain an honor roll, B's and A's, but none of the classes have felt extraordinary experiences that would lead me to become a world-renowned mathematician, scientist, or even a rock star. I found that I'm kind of a jack of all trades. I can do many things, but I'll never really master them. And, while being able to do so many things is pretty good, it kind of hurts to know that you'll never be as good as someone else at anything, not really. So it really does hurt, but that's just me problems. I know that other people face different problems. Luckily, there's a second classification of skill set that comes into play with me, and that's a person's, real life stats. I'll be using the stat system for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, seeing as it's a fantastic system and a fantastic game that isn't just for nerds. Come on, it's a good game. Now, Dungeons & Dragons has, 6 main stats: your strength, which is, your basically physical strength; dexterity, that's your mobility stuff; constitution, it's not the government one, it's actually your health; intelligence, how smartness you are; and wisdom, which is how aware you are; and charisma, that's your social stuff. If I were to have to describe myself, it'd basically be poor strength, poor dexterity, abysmal wisdom, average constitution, good charisma, and high intelligence. By the way, I butchered the entire stat descriptions. You should probably check it out for yourself because I am not the person to describe it, and I don't have enough time. But basically, even though I consider that intelligence would probably be my highest stat, I find that using my charisma, my social stuff, to be far more enjoyable and to give my life meaning. So while I may be jack of all trades with my intellect, my charisma gives me meaning and is what I plan to use for success. And am I squandering my success on YouTube? No, definitely not. And this is what I'm passionate about. And this can't fail because I'm putting all my time and effort into this. Anyway, that should just wrap up this big talk. A few things before I end the video. A big thanks to Art Friends. They're a fellow channel on YouTube. They call themselves a bunch of friends who like art, but they're honestly a lot more than that. They have such a good chemistry. They're very talented artists, and I highly recommend watching their channel. They also have a Discord channel, which leads me to my Discord channel, which I have set up. Yeah. Art Friends helped me with my mic problems, so any audio issues are because my voice is bad. Like the video if you thought it was good, subscribe for more content, share it around to help grow the channel. I hope you have a great day, and stay safe. Gerald, what are you talking about? I didn't turn off the mic?